Sandman won't share. One hot summer day, Peter, Gwen, and Miles were at the beach building a sandcastle. It had towers and turrets and more. Now, this is what I call a sandcastle, Gwen said brightly. While the kids added some finishing touches, Edme called out, I'm going to do a little skating. I'll be right back. Peter said, Have fun, Edme. Splash! But before Edme could go any farther, something made a huge splash in front of her. It was a water balloon. A boy ran over to make sure Edme was okay. We were throwing water balloons, a second boy said. I guess that one got away from us. It's all right, Edme said with a smile, but you should probably play closer to the sand. Meanwhile, Miles had just placed a tiny flag made of seaweed on top of the sandcastle. Done, he said, looking at the creation with pride. Perfect. Just then, another water balloon smashed into the sandcastle. The two boys ran over and apologized. Sorry, it was an accident, one of them said. It's hard to be too upset, Gwen added. The beach is here for everyone to have fun. Peter, Gwen, and Miles agreed that the best part of having the sandcastle had been building it, so they decided to make another one. But just as Peter and his friends were about to get started, the whole beach began to shake. Whoa, do you guys feel that? Gwen asked. Yeah, what was it? Asked Miles. Suddenly, a mountain of sand rose from the beach and began to take shape. It was Sandman! Ha ha, Sandman rumbled. Surprise, everyone! Look who's here, Gwen gasped. This means trouble. And trouble means it's Spidey time, Peter said. Sandman saw another sandcastle on the beach. Your sandcastle is just a crumbly little castle, he said to the family that had built it. But I'll fix that. Raising a giant arm, Sandman turned his fist into a large sandy hammer, and he smashed their sandcastle. Just then, Ghost Spider glided onto the scene where Spidey and Spin behind her. That's enough, Sandman, she said. The beach is for everyone, added Spin. Not today, it isn't, clacked Ghost Sandman. Oh, yes, it is, Spidey replied. Spidey whipped a web at Sandman, but the villain quickly turned into loose sand. Spidey's web went right through him. Then Sandman waved his hand, and up from the beach rose a large sandy wall that stood between him and the hero. Now it was impossible for Spidey to reach Sandman. Spin ran at Sandman, but the villain turned the sand under the superhero's feet into a deep pit. Spin leaped out of the way just before falling in. Whoa, Spin said. That was close. Ghost Spider tried next, but Sandman made a miniature sandstorm. Ghost Spider couldn't see through the stinging particles of sand. Hey, Ghost Spider cried. Cut that out. Laughing, Sandman used his powers to create a humongous sandcastle on the beach. Now this is a sandcastle, Sandman said, standing on the top of his creation. It's the best, ask anyone. There's nobody to ask because you chased everyone away, Spidey replied. You're supposed to share the beach, not take it all for yourself, added Spin. I'm the best, Sandman said, with a flick of his wrist that sent the superheroes tumbling away. Give it up, Spiders. You can't beat me. We got to find a way to get him off this beach, Spidey said to the others. If we knock his castle down, he can't show it off, Spin said. Maybe then he'll leave and everyone else can come back. Spidey looked at the sandcastle that he had been smashed by the water balloon. The superheroes filled a web with water and got ready to face Sandman. Go, team, go, Spidey called. Back at his sandcastle, Sandman was enjoying having the beach to his selfish self. I showed them all, he said smugly. Suddenly, Spidey, Ghost Biter, and Spin all swung their big wet back sack of his sandcastle. The salmon got smoked. His powers didn't work with wet sand. The villain groaned as he watched his sandcastle fall apart. My beautiful castle, he cried. Ruined, and just look what you did to my beach. Splash! It's not your beach, Sandman, Skull Spider said. You can share it like everyone else, Spidey added. Spin agreed. It's more fun when we play together. For a moment, Sandman wondered if maybe the superheroes were right. Maybe sharing was better than keeping everything to himself. But like a spoiled little kid, Sandman grumbled, I don't like to share, and I don't like spiders. Then a poof of sand, the villain disappeared. With Sandman gone, everyone could enjoy the beach again. They all decided to build a new sandcastle together, and it was even bigger and better than before. Everyone had fun sharing the beach and enjoying the day. The end.